All right, we'll go ahead and get started with Jay Huff. We'll open it up with questions from Jeff White, Bennett Conlon, and Curtis.
Jay, you looked really comfortable with your three-point shot today. Is that part of the floor, the top of the key, your favorite spot to shoot from?
Yeah, I'd probably say that's like around that area is my favorite spot. I took a bunch of those back in my high school days, and it's a spot that I'm pretty comfortable with. Plus, that's just where they kind of show up in the offense that we've been running. So I think that all played a role.
Yeah, you had a. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I take it the coaches encourage you to take that shot, right? There's no hesitation.
Yeah, I mean, when it's open, there's some times where we want to get the ball moving a little bit, but on the whole, yeah.
Jay, you had a stretch where you knocked down 2 threes in a row and then took a charge right near the Virginia bench, and obviously everyone was pretty excited. I was curious what was going through your mind, and if you can take me through that sequence.
What was going through my mind when I took the charge especially was this is more charges than I've ever taken in my life in the past few games, I mean, I never intentionally took charges in high school, college, and none of them have been intentional, but it's kind of worked out to where I've gotten a couple, and I've gotten kind of lucky, so that was exciting.
Hey, Jay, it seemed like when they got within 10 points late in the game, 66, you got the ball and very determined, drove to the basket and scored. Was that something going through your head to just stop this run they're on?
I mean, that's kind of always what happened, like always going through our minds when a team's going on a run. We were in the huddle and we were just saying, hey, we got to pick it up. And, this wasn't our best defensive game, especially in the second half. I think in the first half we did a lot better. But, we have a lot to build on and a lot to work on from that. And I think, we'll get there. But, I think defensively is where we try to get most of our most of the other team's runs to end. So.
All right, next three, Doug Dowdy, Jerry Ratcliffe, and Brad Franklin.
Yeah, Jay, could you talk about your development as a three-point shooter over the course of your college career?
Yeah, I honestly don't. I don't feel like that's. I don't want to say it's not been developed, but it's something that I've had for a long time. I used to, actually, freshman year of high school, I was almost solely a three-point shooter. But it's something that, it just depends on the game. There are games where I don't get any open threes and I don't take any threes. But there's games like today where, I made a couple and I was feeling it. I decided to take a couple others. So it's not necessarily something that I think has developed in that, I couldn't shoot before I came here. But I do think that it's just, it depends on the game. And that's like a game like today, that was something that.
Could you also talk about Casey and how he got it together?
Yeah. I mean, Casey, coming off of a 10-day quarantine, that's really impressive for him to have the game that he did. He looked really comfortable, and he's had a couple of good days of practice, but, it's still, after 10 days like that, I feel like I would at least feel a little bit, not nervous, but it would just be weird coming back to play in a game. And he obviously showed zero discomfort. He was ready to go from the start, and my guess is that he really missed being able to get out of his room. So it was great to have him back to give us that.
Hey, Jay, I know you're scoring a lot of points, but can you talk a little bit about your shot blocking ability? You were one of the nation's top guys in blocks, and have you worked on that hard in practice, or is that just something you rely on as a natural ability?
Yeah, a lot of that's timing, and sometimes I've even, had to cut back a little bit just due to the fact that I've, picked up a couple fouls, which is unfortunate that happened today again. But yeah, on the whole, I'd say that, I try to just be there so that my teammates, if they do get beat going to the rim, that they don't have to worry about, trying to swipe at it or pick up a cheap foul like that. And that, in turn, helps them just be able to be more confident closing out to a three-point shooter so that we can take away that. And then, if guys drive by them, then I try to be there.
Jay, you second game in a row, right? 18 points, that's your career high. You're right up there against it. I guess foul trouble both games impacting that. Do you feel like there's something specific in terms of the foul trouble that's slowing you down or that is getting you caught up, or is it just a function of the game just sort of working itself out that way?
It happens. There have been some that I've not necessarily agreed with foul call wise. Today, at least, I don't remember all of them. I know my first one was just legit. I definitely fouled him. And that's just the way it goes sometimes as a shot blocker and as someone that, is trying to, just protect the rim. That's kind of the trouble you run into sometimes. And sometimes it wasn't that. Sometimes it was I needed to slide my feet faster. And that's stuff that, we just work on in practice and that I need to continue improving on.
And then is that in terms of frustration, keeping yourself, from get too, down on yourself, is that something that came naturally to you, or is it, something you've had to work on during your college career?
Nah, I've picked up foul trouble over the course of my career. It happens, and I've had to learn to deal with that, and I think I've done better with that this year. Obviously, sometimes it's frustrating in a tight game, but it's something that we work with, and it's just you figure it out.
All right, we'll take our last question for Jay from Gene Wong.
Yeah, Jay, 5 guys in double figures today. Just how important is it to have that kind of balanced scoring for you guys?
Yeah, and that's kind of the way it's always been in my time here. We've had numerous guys that can have great games, and it's even happened. One game I might score like today I scored 18. The next game I might score 4. But as long as we have the balance, then it's not a problem. And different guys step up in different roles in different games, and that's part of the beauty of our team.
Casey, how much basketball were you able to play or practice while you were out, if any? Did you have any access to the gym by yourself?
No. I kind of had to figure out the team's practice schedule, and basically I would come in for every day for the most I can stay in was about 45 minutes each day. I would get a lift in just about 3 or 4 times, but for the most part, access to the gym was limited. So for the amount of time that I had in the gym, I had to take full advantage of it. Like I said, spend most of my time just running, staying in shape, and just using the quarantine to my advantage.
Casey, were you surprised at all by how well you shot the ball? I think 6 of 7 and 3 for 3 for being on the arc, having not played a lot of basketball in the last 10 days.
No, I guess, like I said, I just used the quarantine to my advantage. I felt I was fresh. My shoulder felt good, and just, I just came out there really relaxed and confident and ready to play.
Casey, describe your frustration at not being sick, but not being able to be with the play and to have to sit out and watch.
Yeah, it was tough. I kind of had to watch the game just like everyone else. I had to watch it on TV, ACC Network, but it was tough. It was because you see things differently. Especially when it's through television. You just say you see things could have gone differently in different situations. So basically, things I saw from the TV, I just wanted to apply that to the game today.
And how many practices did you get in before you got to play today?
Practices? I had 2 practices, so only 2 practices.
You winded it all today?
No, I wasn't. Just the conditioning that I was doing all throughout quarantine, I kind of used it to my advantage.
Thank you.
All right, last 2 from Jeff White and Brad Franklin.
Yeah, Casey, when I talked to you this summer, you talked a lot about your kind of off-season goals and kind of putting last season past you and just relaxing and doing what you did in high school. How you feel like that's been successful? It would appear that it has been based on the way you're playing.
Yeah, I'm approaching this year differently. I'm using, I guess, 2021 as a new start, a new beginning. And yeah, just learning from all my mistakes last year, and just overcoming difficulties that I faced throughout this year.
Casey, with the way you've kind of taken last year's experience and really kind of built on it and bounced back the way you have, how good does it feel to sort of be in that groove right now, and to, you know, even coming off of, you know, contract tracing and not playing, you know, to be able to come out here and have the game you had? How good does it feel to kind of have traveled the journey you've been on, so to speak?
Wow. Yeah. I mean, it feels good. I guess. You know, this journey has consisted of a lot of ups and downs, on and off the court, and you know, just come out here and you know, see something go my way. It feels good, and I mean, I hope that we just keep it up and stay confident, stay positive.